WrestleFriends! WrestleFriends podcast!
Welcome to the WrestleFriends podcast. I'm Dave, and I'm sat here on the floor again with Mark.
Hi.
And Jake has blessed us with his presence this week.
Hello.
Back together. WrestleFriends is a team. WrestleFriends United.
I was about to go, WrestleFriends Unite. What have you been up to, Jake? Why have you not been with us?
Scout.
Scouts. How's
Friends.
Scouts going?
Good.
Have you gained any badges yet?
No, I haven't been invested.
Camping. You haven't been what?
Invested.
What does that mean?
Like, officially in it.
So that's when I've got to start paying for him to go, I think.
So is that how you go? You don't have to have a uniform on, you're just hanging around all cool, like wearing sunglasses like gangster.
Yep.
And then you have to start wearing... Is it...
It's a toggle, innit? That's the thing you're going to talk about, innit?
No,
Woggle.
it's a woggle.
It's a woggle.
I know that sounds like a really horrible racist term, but the thing that holds you tight together...
I wasn't even thinking about that until you mentioned it.
the thing that holds you tight together is a woggle, isn't it?
Is it a woggle?
I don't know.
Do you know-
Do you know why I know it's a woggle? Because I said woggle when we were talking about it. And I was like, it can't be woggle. And then I googled it and it is.
It's toggle, surely.
No, it's woggle. And then I went to one of the free museums in Newcastle and they had a Scouts exhibition. And
that might
An
be.
exhibition for Scouts.
yeah, it was only a small exhibition.
Did they display...
Woggle. They had displayed a woggle.
Did they? And did they display the knots? They still tie knots? Have you learned any knots?
No.
That's
I've learned
not
coding.
very good, is it?
I've learned coding.
Coding? Which
Coding, they do coding, and that's not very scouting. When you're out in the forest, you're not going to do a short program in Raspberry Pi.
Scouting for codes? I don't know
There's a
anything
thing I'm
about
gonna-
coding.
I've done cooking as well.
Cooking?
Made
Cooking,
cakes.
That's handy if you're out in the wild because
So-
you might need to cook a rat.
I'm worried that you've done cooking, but so are you automatically going to get your cooking badge when you become invested?
Probably not.
Well, I would complain and say, look, I've done cooking.
What
I
badge?
want a badge.
What badge do you get? A coding badge?
I don't know.
Like, what badge are you aiming for first? What's the
What would
the
you
top,
like?
Top badge for a top dog.
Again, I don't know.
You don't know much.
You
about
don't have a
Scouts.
personal preference of what badge. If we
I
could
think
make
we
up a
do
badge, you can get a badge
In-
right now in
What-
something.
What badge would you have?
Probably the cooking bag so I can eat pancakes again.
You
Shall I-
could have any badge in the world, and you pick one that already exists.
With the pancakes that you cooked at Scouts delicious?
Yes.
Were they
Ask
nicer
them
than
for
the
a ba-
pancakes that I cooked?
Ask them for a badge.
Okay.
Do you put lemon, chocolate, sugar?
No. Just, sugar.
Sugar.
What do you have on yours?
I like a bit of lemon actually.
Do you like lemon? I like.
But I like savoury pancakes. I like hiding some
You would.
ketchup on or
Really?
Oh.
You're a
and
wrong.
rolling it up in a pipe and then eating it.
I like jam on mine.
Jam.
Jam's
I-
a good pancake.
I like golden syrup, but I didn't have any.
The good thing about pancake though is it's base. This is the most boring conversation ever. It's base ingredients, so you can put savoury or sweet items in
You
it.
can. It's the same as Yorkshire pudding mix as well. You can make a Yorkshire pudding out of a pancake mix.
So Lucas thinks that Yorkshire puddings are cakes. So
Yorkshire puddings
we can
in
fob them off.
Yorkshire, are they actually puddings?
We can fob them off and say they're cakes.
I'm just wondering if
What did
Yorkshire
you say?
puddings in Yorkshire are actually pudding.
I'm having pudding. I'm having pudding for my dinner.
Or would they be just pudding because you're in Yorkshire, so you wouldn't call them Yorkshire puddings? They'd
Well,
be
that
like
was-
hometown puddings.
Well, I'm having a batley pudding. Ooh, that was ugly. That was
Anyway.
ugly sounds.
Now that we know what Jake's been up to, have you been up to much?
Not really. So the cafe / play cafe that I frequent with my son gave us a free coffee on their first birthday for being a loyal customer. So that was amazing.
Is loyal. That's like when your takeaway sends you a Christmas card. That used to happen to me. I used to get a...
But as we've discussed, Christmas cards are pointless.
And messy.
So unless they were sending you free chips, then it's like, don't bother.
They could actually send you like a nice free meal, couldn't they?
I like money in cards.
Yeah, but that with this right.
Jake the capitalist.
So you get money in birthday cards. I don't think you get money in Christmas cards. I think your gift was money and it was in a card, but it was probably a gift card.
But then you're getting your money in your but the specific gift shaped cards, them little like oblong cards.
It's not a Christmas card though, is it?
But if it's got a Christmassy motif on it,
Theme,
then it's a Christmas card.
Blown me mind. Massively. Is that it? I don't know.
What else? I don't know what else I've done.
You've been to Panto today.
Yep.
Discuss.
Sweet.
Sweets? What kind of sweets?
Did you have sweets, Jake?
Yeah.
Oh no, you didn't.
He's behind you. That's a bit
Did they
sinister.
say, oh no, you didn't? Have I just made myself
Oh
look
yes,
like,
he did.
look like a tit?
It's creepy, Panto. We discussed this before, didn't we? Like,
What do you
the
make of
creepiness
like
Panto.
Widow Twanky or whatever? Was there a
Willow-
Twanky?
It's Willow Twanky.
What?
Willow, innit?
It's not a Widow Twanky.
Widow Twanky.
It's supposed to be like a busybody old woman, but it's a man dressed up. Is it? It's Widow
Yeah,
Twanky.
a wig fell off of a man pretending to be a girl.
Twanky. Was it called Twanky?
Widow.
Sorry, that was really bad.
Willow.
Was the person called Twanky?
You gotta be careful what you're saying.
What?
Nothing. Was it good? What was it? Cinderella or something?
Yeah.
Did
Well-
it have buttons in? So
Yeah.
Buttons
Was in
is
it.
the quintessential like character that's in every panto.
He's
So
like
they
the
just
village
write
idiot, isn't he?
they write him into every story. Oh, I'm Buttons. I'm in Wind in the Willows.
I'm Buttons, me. I was in Cinderella last year.
I'm in
Now-
Aladdin today.
Now I'm in Jack and the Beanstalk.
It's like the lowest of the low, isn't it?
Not being Buttons.
Like a panto actor in terms of the acting, like
Yeah, who's in it? You know, there's this guy in it this year from X Factor. You know, the one who was in it years ago who was like a kid and he
Yeah.
looked like a vampire. Him. That
it's
little-
only one
that
step
little
up from
nerd.
it's only one step up from unsuccessful podcast.
It's. I don't even know what you're talking about. You know what I've been up to this week?
What?
I went to hospital.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure people will think
Yeah.
that. I'm sure people will think that
I'm
you
starting,
make it up.
I'm starting. I'm gonna. This is becoming a weekly feature, so I think it deserves its own theme music.
Hospital. Has Dave been to the hospital?
It's hospital time with Dave.
Which
Jake.
of his family are broken today?
It was Jake this time. Not great because we had to go to hospital, but he did fall asleep quite a lot at hospital.
Yep.
What I did in my spare time was done what I've been talking about doing ages ago. Like, you know, how I thought it's a really cool idea to start doing your wrestle poems on your phone and stuff like that. So whilst he was asleep, I wrote my wrestle poem, and
It's good use of your time.
it was a good use of my time. However, I don't like doing it on my phone. I'm going to write it down later because I would like to publish a book one day, like we've talked about, and I feel like it could go missing off my
More
phone.
just for us to have to
Uh-huh.
keep.
And dedicated WrestleFriends could have one as well. You know, like people that listen to the show because they say they like it. Them people. Tony Winship, basically.
Okay, 4 published. It wouldn't be hard to do.
I don't know. You said you could self-publish on.
Of course, you can on Amazon.
I don't know how you do it.
What about an autobiography? Oh,
What about? Do you know what an autobiography is?
Yes.
Dave would just be like, went to hospital.
I was
Went to
gonna
hospital 10 times.
took the words out of my mouth.
It's not
The
funny, you know. It's
words
serious.
Right
seriously.
out of my mouth.
Christmas is coming.
Is that a Meatloaf song?
He took the words right out of my mouth. Might have been. Don't know.
Quoting the loaf.
Are we gonna talk about Christmas?
The
Yeah,
Google
ah,
switch.
You're right. I'm putting it out there. I hate Christmas.
You are such a Scrooge.
I hate it.
Why?
I hate it.
Listen.
It turns me world upside down.
Don't know why.
Why did you shake keys at the
I rattled the
microphone?
keys because it sounded like bells. I thought it would anyway.
Oh, that is the crappiest thing that's ever happened in the history of crap. I just hate it. I hate the fact that it turns my life upside down.
You
know
just
what?
don't like the mess?
It's like I've got to.
Rock,
It's
you are
just
going
stressful.
You are going to the Gonzalez Ward today.
What for not liking Christmas?
Yeah.
Do you think it's
Nah.
it's as stressful as you make it?
It is stressful
How's it stressful?
because think about all the things I could be doing while Christmas is happening. You know what's good about this year is Christmas is really close to the beginning of the holiday, and the best part of Christmas is after Christmas, when you can just like
Right.
sit around eating turkey sandwiches in your pants.
I think the food is definitely one of the highlights for me. Definitely.
Oh yeah, actually the food part of Christmas isn't stressful.
What about the getting presents?
I would rather just nobody got any presents and then everybody kept their financial like.
Happiness.
Well, what's the point of that?
Because right, so you spend the same amount on somebody that they would spend on you. It's kind of like you agree beforehand, and then so why don't we just none of us spend? Why don't I? So like we could buy more things for my son if I didn't buy things for other members of the family.
I would like to just be able to buy for the people that live under your roof.
Yeah.
I think that would make more sense.
And like just eat. I like eat and share like drinks with other people.
Yeah.
Get pissed and eat with other people.
But just save your money and do good things.
I do not agree.
Because you're a kid.
Save
and
your
when
money.
you get older-
Do you mean save your money and do good things, i.e., help the poor, or save and do good things for you?
Ooh, this is gonna go down in history. This is your legacy, this podcast. So like, you gotta be careful what you say here. Nothing.
I was
Okay.
asking you.
Oh me.
You said do good things.
I thought you were talking about him.
Like do good things for all men, or
No, I
do
mean,
good
like,
things
do
for
good
me.
things,
Like go
like-
to Defiant.
Like go to fight. Well, no, you could like do some good things for other people, like give them some spare change and stuff like that. But then,
I'm never gonna do that.
but then they're only gonna spend it on drugs. So
well, that's
that's a sad.
it's
That
way
is
to
the-
stereotype the whole.
that is the
whole
dark
of the
side.
homeless community
That
there,
is the
Dave.
dark side of
See-
Christmas.
You see, when you guys get older, you start to hate Christmas.
Dave's a
I
Christmas
don't. I'm a
lover.
full-on Christmas guy.
Ah,
I've
well,
just got
Mark's
this
get-
little job to
Mark's-
do. Keep discussing. I'll be back in a second.
Look what, you going for a poo?
No, I'm not pooing.
Dave's going for a poo.
I'm not pooing. I'm just getting this.
Dave's
go for a poo.
Dave's getting something.
So, Mark, you're getting very old, and
I'm not getting very old.
Yes, you are.
I'm
that's why-
32. That's
Why-
not very
You're not
old.
getting any younger.
Yep. You're getting very old. It's.
We're all getting old, Jake. Even you. Your cells are dying as we speak.
I'm only 11.
But yeah, but
You
right,
still
you
haven't-
know when you get our age though, and you've got a girlfriend,
Yeah.
and like you're settling down, and you've got kids. You'll probably have kids. You like kids, don't you?
Yeah.
You'll probably start to think, because I do love Christmas. I'm a Christmas guy, but it is stressful. Like the build up to it, and there is some pretty shitty things going on outside that you don't even know about, and you gotta feel sorry for them people.
Well, yeah.
Do you know what
I
you have
know,
to
but-
feel sorry for?
Who?
Me. You know what? So this shows
Why
you,
does
right? So there was a choice: put the tree up or pull the weeds out from the front yard, and I chose to pull the weeds out.
That's
You are such
really
a
sad.
I know. You're such a Scrooge.
I think we need to go on to some
I
wrestling.
think
now.
I've liked it slightly more since I had a baby.
I think it's good. You know, the best bit when you get up to like, you know, like Christmas Eve, and like you can sit and watch a Christmas film, something like that. It's a good night.
Christmas films and that,
Christmas night.
even though they're all,
Um,
majority of them are garbage.
Jake, you were very keen today to do your wrestle thought first, so we didn't pinch it. And as soon as you're not here very often anymore, because you've ditched with a little boy club
Dib, 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 dub, dub, dub.
with sinister leaders, would you like to do your thought first?
Theme tune, please.
WrestleFriends.
Jake's theme tunes are always the same, aren't it?
Start again. Dave interrupted.
Sorry.
Do it again.
It was good.
Start
What's
again.
wrong with it?
I don't know.
Oh, sorry,
No,
I interrupted.
Do a theme.
Would you like me to do some backing music for you?
Wrestle thoughts.
Cool.
Nice.
What's your thought?
Matt Hardy, broken.
Matt Hardy is broken.
Or is he woken?
He's woken, isn't he? I kind of like what they've done with this, and this is one of my thoughts. I'm gonna literally have zero thoughts
We
to
should.
talk about.
I think we can all join in and Woken Matt Hardy.
I think they could have done this better.
I kind of like how they've done it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Doesn't really feel like they've done anything. He's just like I was reading something that Taz had said on his podcast about how how sometimes they do them cheesy, creepy lightning bolt shot things in WWE when the Undertaker's around or something like that, and he said like he should have just been zapped with one of them, and he said it would have looked cheesy as hell, but like the whole Matt Hardy broken Matt thing is cheesy as hell, and it would have been a good way to do it. So basically, he's been beaten off Bray Wyatt a couple of times, and it sent him over the edge. Really? Like, it could have been a little bit better than that, couldn't it?
I don't know.
People have been waiting for it since he came.
It wasn't going to be main event straight away, was it? So it can be kind of brought across a little bit subtle. Did you see the promo on this week's Raw?
Yeah, where it kept cutting backwards and forwards.
Yeah, I think it was really good.
Yeah, that was good. Like, he's cutting it. It's like
Bray Wyatt, you leave me no choice. I sentence you to deletion.
that sounded more like Borat.
Bray Wyatt, I sentence you to deletion.
I just think yeah, it was a bit darker though, wasn't it? In TNA what he was doing, and this is going to be more comical by the looks of it.
Yeah, there was no. It was full on comedy.
Yeah.
I thought. But I'm still welcome
Because he started heel, didn't he, when he's done it in TNA, and then it
just got over.
It just got over, and like when he was trying to get Jeff involved and stuff like that, it was, I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing where they go with it. What were you thinking?
I just thought it was good.
Yep, nice one.
It has happened.
It's that is a thing that's happened, and it was good.
So because we've said we wanted it for so long, I'm getting the sense that you're underwhelmed by how it's started.
Not underwhelmed. I'm happy it's happened because I think Matt Hardy's looked really uncomfortable not doing it. Like
when everybody knows
Uh-huh.
that's. I hope so. They've started this, like, he sentenced Bray Wyatt to deletion, and they've done the promo. I hope that they save the whole package till the next pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So they just have promos in the next pay-per-view. You get new music, new whole, and like
I want it
do something different with these
piano music and dark entrance.
So
it
that's
would
what
be
I
an
hope for
interesting way. It's an interesting way to start it against Bray Wyatt because this is actually there's two guys here that would actually make a pretty good tag team eventually. And I wonder where Jeff's going to fit into all this when he comes back.
Well, I hope that the Jeff thing's what I wanted, which is Jeff Hardy just keeps being Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
But gets like
It
possibly
would be
put
good
in the
if they
title
separated
picture.
them maybe at this point and maybe put Jeff over on SmackDown.
And then you could end up having the way I would do in WWE is you could have the like Jeff being like, what you doing, like this is crazy, and then you have a Hardy versus Hardy match at WrestleMania, which they've already done, but not like Woken Matt Hardy versus Jeff.
What about ladder?
Pardon me?
Get the ladders out.
Oh, ladders. Well, was it not a ladder match that they had at WrestleMania a few years ago?
Debut.
Was it?
Was it?
A few years ago they had a match at WrestleMania,
Uh-huh.
but I can't remember what the stip was.
It will be good. I am looking forward to seeing where they go with it.
Would you have Woken Matt Hardy as a main event character, or?
I think they'll have to see where they go with it. If they're gonna make him strictly comedy character, I don't think they can main event him. If they do it the way that TNA had done it, or Matt Hardy done it, because I don't think TNA had any creative control over it whatsoever. If they just let him have some sort of creative control over it, I think why not?
But I'm now excited.
I mean, he's at a stage in his career where like he probably hasn't got that many main events left in him. So why not do it now?
I'm excited though.
So am I.
I'm excited for how I want to see how they present it, how WWE presents him coming to the ring.
They've just let him like he had his full on coat on and everything.
Yeah.
That like his coat of battle.
I love all that stuff like on this plane of WWE and stuff like that.
I like how like because he was broken before and obviously he came back and he was normal. And I like how they've called it Woken, because what he's saying is this thing's woken inside of him again. So
Do you think he's only walking?
he's only woken. That would be so good if one of his followers was only woken, was only
Only
woken,
walking. Only Locan.
only Locan.
Who's only walking, but when he's with Matt Hardy, he's only
Only
walking.
woken. Hey God,
We've
good times.
funny. You started off that, didn't you, with Dave?
Aye.
Only Woken.
What's his theme music again?
Hey-oh, hey-oh, hey-oh. And then his top tag team with Danny Birch.
Have they had a match yet?
They've both been killed off Lars.
Yeah.
I don't think they've had a match together on TV.
Just seen them do that thing, didn't you? And in the training performance center.
Just putting teams together for the
Classic.
Dusty Classic, which
Classics.
I don't know whether they're actually going to do this year.
Not been much mention of
Have
it.
you got any other wrestle thoughts?
No.
You kind of have to, like, you just came in like last minute today, haven't you? Because
No scouts.
Yeah.
no scouting for
Holidays.
not or like that. You had any thoughts?
So yeah,
What?
loads.
The list.
The list.
The list of Jago.
So I've watched.
You've got 3. Whoa!
I've watched 2 NXTs
I
recently.
haven't seen any of them.
So
So,
follow. So I'm gonna spoil it for Dave and
you just
Jake.
talk and I'll
Sorry.
just listen.
I'm sure you'll be able to like.
I'll catch
You'll
up.
know. You'll know the cast of characters. So I've watched the 2 episodes of NXT after War Games.
Mm.
So NXT 422,
Mm.
and that took place on November the 22nd, 2017. So started off. There was a match. Sonya Deville, Ruby Riott. Just ignored that.
Is that
Yeah.
one of them things? It's one of the ones where they recorded it.
It was So it was the
before
3 matches
Takeover.
before Takeover. I don't like Ruby Riott makes us angry for some reason.
Yeah, you've said that before.
So I just
like a spoiled little brat.
Why?
I just don't like her. Should I say Beetlejuice? That's not why. But
She's a bit like Beetlejuice.
Hmm?
Michael Keaton.
But yeah, there's something about. I mean, she's a good enough wrestler and all that. There's something about her that a lot of times in life people just infuriate you and you don't know why.
You.
She's a friend of
Thanks.
the show.
She is a friend of the show, unbeknownst to her. But that was Heidi Lovelace and not Ruby Riott. And they've added an extra T to her name.
Did you like her when she was Heidi Lovelace?
I didn't dislike her.
Alright.
So Street Profits
Yeah.
were dancing on a car.
Oh, mint.
Montez Ford had a giant cardboard cutout with NXT written on it.
Can we talk about these cups? Because you're actually going to get someone to make cups for, aren't you?
Mine and Dave's Christmas night out are gonna get someone in gold pen put the Street Profits logo on black
Cup.
party cups
Killer idea.
because we're absolute dudes.
Mark's going to wear sunglasses and I'm going to wear a headband.
And I'm gonna do dances like Montez Ford, but less good. So yeah, they were dancing about on top of the car, and the party was going off, and then Sabatelli and Moss rocked up, told everybody how rich they were, and they had a little bit of a.
Oh yeah, I remember
a
this.
face to face, and then
Did that not happen the week before?
no.
Was that when he was wearing his coat?
Yeah, that was the week before,
Nah.
and then they wandered off, and then the party started again.
Cool.
So that sets up a match between them.
Mm.
And then there was lots and lots of like War Games recap.
Uh-huh.
So obviously just ignored that. I knew what happened anyway. And then the main event was Pete Dunne versus Johnny Gargano for the WWE UK Championship.
Wait, is Johnny Gargano from the UK?
No.
Apparently now you don't have to be from the UK.
So yeah, thoughts? How do you feel about that?
Well, it's kind of like I'm cool with it.
European belt was always.
It was always open to
defended.
everyone. So
I'm not happy.
You're not happy.
you're not happy. So strictly speaking, well, no. Why? There's not that many good UK guys left to fight for it in the WWE. So what you saying? What you saying? Who is Pete Dunne gonna have it forever?
What you say?
What guy? Trent Seven?
He's already fought them. He hasn't fought Trent Seven.
And Trent's busy. Well, I'll fill you in on that later.
I know what Trent's up to.
What?
There's no one left for him to fight from the UK. That's good.
unless they get their checkbook out.
I'll find
Yeah.
someone.
You'll find someone, but it doesn't mean he's gonna.
You think on that?
Whilst Mark recaps.
So, classic Dunne. After a nice technical exchange, he backs off and then lamps Gargano with a wicked forearm. I love it when he does that.
I'm guessing he stopped being nice again because he was nice with.
Oh, that was where he went into it.
I was just forgetting that moment ever happened.
Yeah,
Such weird enough.
it was really like important how he was presented on Raw, and that was bad. But here you go. So yeah, I love it when he does that, like feigns off and then just like runs up and running forearm. Probably hits one of the best forearms in the biz at the minute. Looks like full on would hurt.
Even as good as Cassius Ohno.
Less annoying than Cassius. Cassius' strikes are
He's a
nice.
good striker.
So lots of tremendous spots like Gargano reversing a finger lock with body scissors into a suplex into the turnbuckle, and Dunne blocking a jumping DDT with an X-plex. Like these guys were always going to deliver to like top wrestlers. Dunne spits out his mouth guard and then bites Gargano's fingers to get out of the Gargano escape. Gargano notices Dunne has no mouth guard and gets excited as he can't defend his face. He super kicks. Super cake? I would love a super kick. He super kicks.
That'd be a good
Dunne.
name for a business, that.
Super kicks. Super kicks Dunne, who was on his knees, and then he still kicks out. So I wasn't really sure what that whole exchange is about. So you've showed like Gargano realizing that he's got no mouth guard in. He kicks him in the face, and then he still doesn't win. So is that not just showing he's a
Gargano
loser?
wear a mouth guard?
No, Dunne had a mouth guard.
All right.
So he had already spat it out.
Right.
And then Gargano was like, he's not got a mouth guard in. And then he super kicked him in the face, but he still didn't win. So, like, isn't that just saying, like, you can't even win when you've got an advantage?
Maybe it's
Further jabronifying him.
might have. You just got a thing about that at the minute, haven't you? Like,
What, they're jabronifying him?
yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I just think it's stupid.
Wait there, Jake had his hand up. Have you found someone?
Tyson T-Bone.
Don't know who that is.
Don't
Keep
want
going.
that was
That guy.
you know who he was? He was the guy in the
He
UK
wore them
Championship
terrible clothes.
who was like a gypsy character.
What about Mark Andrews?
He has wrestled Mark Andrews, and I think that'll be the next challenger. Actually,
Do you reckon?
yeah, I'll explain why in a second.
Okay.
So yeah, where was it up to? As Gargano attempts his slingshot spear to Dunne, forearmed him in the face and then hit the bitter end for the title retention.
What about this guy?
Saxon Huxley.
Is that the yeah man?
What?
Is that the man with a half an ear?
No, that's Joseph Connor. Saxon Huxley is the love cat. Maybe
They've run out of people, Jake.
he's
That's
not
right.
been on it. He's not one that they're having on NXT all the time though. So yeah, Gargano loses again and looks sad. Great matches. I mean, it was always going to be one with them two. They keep building Dunne up. I've heard rumours Ciampa might be ready to go, so finally might get the payoff.
Cool.
But the question is, does anyone care anymore?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to see this because they've dragged this Gargano thing on for so long now.
The losing streak
This
thing.
losing streak. You need some sort of closure, and I think that would be good closure for Gargano.
I'm also interested when we went back to like when we talked about Woken Matt Hardy, like presentation of characters. So Ciampa has been away for so long and he hasn't, had his singles run. It'll be interesting to see, what his music's like, what he's like.
I think he could come back and be top draw heel.
Yeah.
What
about coming back as a member of the Undisputed Era? Because they try to recruit Roddy, so
I don't know though, because I'm quite enjoying the Undisputed Era just being like a three
trio.
piece at the minute. I thought it would have made sense for Roddy to join because he's obviously been to Ring of Honor and stuff like that. But like, I don't.
But that was just the swerve, wasn't it,
Yeah.
for the storyline?
Can't really.
Ciampa was in Ring of Honor. He was the TV champion.
Was he?
Yeah.
Bring back TV championships.
Yeah. And that is the WrestleFriends podcast way.
I have a question.
Question.
Would Brock
Tell me
Lesnar...
what you think about me. It's a song.
Oh, right.
What?
Brock Lesnar. Would Brock Lesnar defend the TV championship every week if he was TV champion?
No, I think they would avoid putting the TV championship on Brock Lesnar for that very reason.
Brock Lesnar's not the type of person that would put a TV championship on, so it's one of the lower belts. It would be like it's lower than the. It would be lower than the IC, wouldn't it? It would
But
be
it's like where you put it on your up and coming guys to like
boost that.
so they've got something to feud
extra
over.
to wrestle for.
Because you can't spend as much time writing storylines for people who are low on the card, but you can give them automatic storylines because they obviously just want the belt, don't they?
Brock's too good for that. Come on.
NXT 423 took place on the 29th of the 11th, 2017. It took place in San Antonio Aztec Theatre, not Full Sail, which was quite interesting to see. Full Sail. Full Sail. But that was quite interesting to see it.
Why were they?
I don't know. I think they were on tour and they recorded a few matches.
Aye.
So I think San Antonio is where Adam Cole had the match with Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, it was.
With Shawn Michaels. So I think they recorded that show. Obviously didn't show that because
Wait, did that
it would have.
Yep.
It didn't show that because it wouldn't have fit in with the
The
chronology.
chronological order.
With
as
the
you like to
chronology.
call it.
So, but there was a few matches on here that they have shown that it didn't matter.
Uh-huh.
So I think that's what happened.
Cool.
I didn't get to see that match.
They didn't put it on telly.
So
So
the
they've done that for a reason, though. We've talked about this last week, didn't we?
I
Where
wasn't here last week.
listen to the podcast. We've already talked about it.
What did we talk about?
Didn't we talk about it when how they had the house show the same night as Ring of Honor, and that's why they got Shawn Michaels
Yeah,
in,
it was to like try
sell
and
out.
cope with it.
Yeah.
To try and compete with them.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, but it was a nice venue. It was like a small little theatre, so had a similar feel,
Yeah,
akin, and it was interesting to see something different on television.
nice.
So Street Profits versus Sabatelli and Moss to start off. So that obviously carries on from them having Rick. Is that the right word?
Rick
Having
Rift. Rick.
You know when the kids say, "Oh, I've got Rick with
and
like
Rook.
Bobby Thompson."
Aye. Wee Bobby Thompson.
Ford had a cowboy hat on and he doffed it to the crowd
Really?
because
Like,
obviously
in a Beer Money style.
because they were in Texas
Uh-huh.
while he was doing his crazy little jigs.
Cool.
I think I'm pretty much as good of a dancer as Montez Ford, so
Do you think
I'm gonna be able to
I was just
show it
mentioning
off.
Beer Money there, and I had
yeah,
a
Maniac.
thought.
What was your thought?
Cowboy James Storm has finished with TNA now.
He knows how it works because he was in NXT for a couple of months.
I think he might come to NXT.
I don't know who this person is.
That'd be nice.
You don't
James
know who
Thorne.
Cowboy James Storm is?
I just call him James Thorne. That's not even a person.
Ah,
Is that with
James
TNA?
Storm.
He
I've
was
heard
in
of him.
Beer Money with Bobby Roode.
He had 3 or 4 matches on NXT because he was deciding whether to go WWE or
Stay with TNA.
stay in TNA, and
WWE.
he didn't.
At the time, he
went
didn't
back.
because the tour schedule was too much for him. But now, apparently, it's not. Anyway,
I'd like to see him.
that was just a random thought.
Dawkins backflips forward into backdrops forward into a backflip splash, which was nice. They're starting to show some nice tandem
Yeah.
offense.
Mm-hmm.
Ford, a nice little moment. Dawkins' second headband fell off,
Mm-hmm.
but and then he tagged Ford in, who just nonchalantly picked it up and popped it on his head, and then
Nice.
started wrestling. It was nice.
When we're out, if my headband falls off,
And pick it up and
just
pop
put
it
it
off.
back on it.
It was nice because the commentators didn't like acknowledge it. It
At
was
all?
just like a nice
like-
little thing.
Oh, look, he's putting that back on his head, isn't that nice?
Sabatelli shouted, "You can't afford our lifestyle," quite a bit, which is like, I like that. I think that they seem to talk all the time,
Yeah.
which is like good. They remind us loads of the legacy, so DiBiase and Rhodes when they were with. So they just need their Randy Orton.
Yeah.
I think their trajectory is going to be they're going to lose every match in NXT, get loads of experience,
Experience.
go up,
Sean Connery.
and then I think they'll do really well on the main roster because they're like, as I've said before, they're like archetypal Vince wrestlers.
men.
But I think I'm quite impressed by them.
Genuinely
I like
rich.
them. They're genuinely. It's not
Rich
like
boys.
that's a gimmick, but like they were genuinely rich.
Uh-huh.
Like
They'll get real heat as well because people think they're annoying.
I like them. So this was like, it was nice seeing a competitive match because Ford sold a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously the way that their matches are going to work is he's going to get beaten down as a smaller guy, and then Dawkins is going to get the hot tag and like clean house. It was nice to see that. It like you don't really get a feel when they just squash.
Yeah.
So that was nice. So showed the whole package for them. It was a nice little tag match. I would recommend it to anyone who hasn't seen it.
I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it all.
Just because it's the profits, and it was nice. You know, Sabatelli and Moss are starting to show a lot. I'm starting to become a fan.
Have a very entertaining tag team. I like every match.
As I've said before, I think they've got potential to be one of the biggest acts to come out of NXT in terms of like a New Day style merch machine.
Street Profits, yeah, I agree.
So it's going to be exciting to watch their trajectory, and I think the New Day are going to break up. So it'll be nice to have like a replacement.
Right.
I was going to say something racist there, but
don't do racist.
I didn't. It wasn't racist, as in I'm not going to explain it. Right, where was that? Yeah, so the one with the pop-up powerbomb, pop-up spinebuster frog splash combination. What do you think of that as a finishing move?
I can't remember.
They do like Dawkins does a pop-up spinebuster, and then Ford does a frog splash. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
By the way, Lars's rubbish choke slam thing is called the Freak Accident. Just quite good.
They've given it a name.
It's quite a good name, but so that's what they're going with. Even though he does that mint like shoulder power slam thing.
We talked about that
much
last
better.
week, didn't we?
Freak Accident.
So they've given it Freak Accident. Wow, you like that?
I like the name, but the move is plop.
Freak Accident's canny pop name as well, I think.
Yeah. I like the name.
No, but if a Freak Accident.
But it's saying he is a freak, and they're continuing with that thing.
Clever thing where he's
clever thing. Have you seen it?
But he never does anything.
So they did it.
He never does anything like on screen that makes him look clever.
Well, on the previous episode that I talked about, they interviewed him it was meant to be backstage at War Games after his win over Ono,
and he missed some cleverness.
And he was saying he said long words and that.
Really?
Yeah. The Silent Killer is better for him, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And I think he needs a Heyman.
Definitely. Maybe that could be a good job for Heyman when Brock.
Corey Graves. I think Corey Graves could do a job.
A really good job doing that.
Take him off the commentary desk for a bit, or at least he does 205 Live, Raw and SmackDown.
I don't think he does 205 Live anymore.
He does Raw and SmackDown though, doesn't he?
Does Raw, SmackDown, and somebody else does 205 Live now.
So he's the voice of WWE now, but you could take him off one of the shows and put him with.
He's really good at commentating though.
I know, but I think we need just like we said, we've got a possible new day with the Street Profits. We need a new Heyman.
Do we need a new Heyman?
A young Heyman.
What's happening with Heyman? He's still alright. When you're a manager, you can go on forever, can't you?
Could you put... could Heyman be the replacement for Lesnar, and Lesnar goes face? And
Heyman be the replacement for Lesnar?
Sullivan be the replacement for Lesnar. Heyman goes with Sullivan.
Possibly.
I
think he's got scope to be the next Brock.
I think Sullivan and Lesnar before Lesnar leaves will wrestle. I'm putting it out there.
Who?
Sullivan and Lesnar will wrestle.
Do you reckon?
Putting it out there. I'm normally right about these things.
What if he doesn't come back after WrestleMania?
They'll just give him more money. He will. He's all about money, isn't he?
All about the Benjamins.
All about the dum. Oh, there's been a few poor music references today. Where was that? Yeah, so Trent Severed and Tyler Bate challenging Dunne to a tag match because he didn't help Wolfgang a few weeks ago when he was attacked by the Undisputed Era. And then he finds Mark Andrews as his partner. Mark Andrews does a short interview where he says, I hate Pete, he's like a dick.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that I win this match and he lets us be the number one contender. Yeah. So, simple storytelling. There's no need to there's no messing about.
Yep.
You did this, I didn't like this, you want a match. I'm doing this because I want. It doesn't, wrestling can be simple. All of those guys are top workers, so that's it. So next it was the Pirate Princess, Kairi Sane versus Peyton Royce. I love Kairi Sane. She's class. Have you seen her yet? Kairi Sane.
No,
so she's a little Japanese girl who's like mint in the ring, and she dresses as a pirate. That's mint.
Oh yeah, I've seen her.
You have seen her?
Is she downloadable on 2K? Yeah.
I don't know. I don't play as women. I don't download from them.
Okay.
But
Not sexist at all.
you know who is though?
Who?
Alistair Black. Now we've got Alistair Black and Lars Sullivan
Lars is cool.
Andrew.
I would have thought Black would have been on anyway,
and Drew McIntyre.
even though he's going to be out for a bit.
And Ruby Riott.
He doesn't like Ruby Riott. He's not going to be impressed by that.
She can poo off.
So
So on her knee pads, she's got an anchor on one and a pirate wheel on the other one.
Oh,
Just
God.
enjoy that. She's got a very tasty sliding forearm. And she wins quite easily in this match with, I'm going to put it out there, in the whole 20 odd years I've been watching wrestling, the best elbow drop I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah, and I figured out why. It's
Better than Macho Man.
Better than Macho Man.
Yeah.
And I put it out there, it's because she kicks her legs up in the air. So her legs are like up in the air as her elbows coming down.
Uh-huh.
She can do that because she's so small.
I'm going to watch it. Was it like a quick one?
Quick match.
Yeah.
Well, you can just Google Kairi Sane elbow drop.
is she smaller than me?
She's taller than you,
Yeah.
but she's small
In
as
life?
a wrestler.
What?
So she wins this match against Peyton Royce quite quickly, which, as much as I like her, I was a little bit disappointed because I'm like a Peyton Royce fan as well. So right, let's get this straight in my head. So Sane's probably going to be Ember Moon's next challenger now after that, because Peyton Royce was in the match at War Games,
Right.
the 4-way. Royce and Billy Kay should have gone up and been the ones to join up with Paige. Because,
Do you think...
Because the people, it's like, so it's my thing all the time. I like it when there's a reason and a story.
Mhm.
Like, so who have they got with Paige? They've got Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. It's like there's no
No
story
reason for
there.
that.
It's just three people. Same as on SmackDown, they've called up Ruby Riott,
Uh-huh.
put an extra T on her name, called it the Ryan Squad, and she's got Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan, who is the worst wrestler in the world.
You know why this is happening though, don't you?
Was the one to do a Royal
You want to
Rumble.
do a women's Royal...
But I think
Easy
it
for
could
me
be
to say.
like, so I know it's no comparison because it's so much more important. But like the Shield worked because it's three guys dressed the same.
Mm-hmm.
Come
But they
and
had
go.
no history together though.
That's it. There's no those like, I think Paige and Peyton Royce and Kay would have worked better because you know about Peyton Royce and Kay,
Uh-huh.
and like Paige, there's some sort of commonality there. But you've got
It's that thing though that we're talking
You've
about
got
before.
Sonya
Just
Deville-
because something's happening on NXT, it doesn't mean like
you've
when they
got-
go to the main roster that
it's gonna work.
it's going to work.
You've got Paige, and then you've got Sonya Deville, who's like the MMA gimmick. Then you've got Mandy Rose, who's like a fitness body person.
I think they all got called up really quick as well.
Yeah.
That-
What I'm saying is I didn't like it.
You didn't like it. I didn't
No.
like it. Did you like it?
No.
You don't
I
know
went
what
for a
I'm
big
talking
sandwich. He doesn't care.
about. Yeah, he doesn't. So then it was Mustache Mountain versus Pete Dunne and Mark Andrews. I was a bit tired, so I decided because it's going to be phenomenal, so I'm just going to enjoy it. I'm not going to
Right about it.
write about it too much. I did a little bit. So Tyler Bate wins by hitting the Tyler Driver 97 on Dunne. Clean as a whistle, so it was a clean win. Perhaps a rematch. First,
Who won?
Tyler Bate beat Pete Dunne
Really?
for the win
Cool.
for Mustache Mountain. So I was thinking first episode of King of the Ring when they get round to it, if that's what they're going to call it.
Do you think they're going to do that anymore? Now that they're giving people like Americans championship shots.
Don't know.
King of the Ring might not happen now.
It'd be a shame if it doesn't. But yeah, I think the Tyler Bate rematches should be next.
I think
in answer to
Tyler
your
Bate.
question.
I think Tyler Bate deserves another run with that belt.
I think you'll get it back. But I think if they're going to do it the way that they're doing it, they need one of them needs to feud with an American properly rather than just a one-off match.
Yeah.
Pete Dunne attacked Mark Andrews after the match, so I think he's going to be the next actual challenger. So that's why I said
He'll get beat.
Then he'll get beat. But I think it'll be a nice match, and they train together.
He'll get beat, and then that really does leave no one of the
They've
British
done
guys.
Wolfgang, they've done Trent Seven, they've
Tyson
done.
T-Bone.
Not
Tyson
that.
Tape.
I'm not sanctioning that.
We've even seen him since that
Nah.
night.
Uh,
I don't know, but
I didn't
still.
like Joseph Connors.
You gotta go. The ones that they've used.
Nev would be lush, but
the ones that they've used regular are the only decent ones.
could Neville
Is
rock up? Could
Neville apparently is on his way back.
I think Neville would like to do a one-off match with one of them.
I think Neville might come back.
I think he will.
He's only been gone for how long?
He hasn't technically gone. He's still under contract.
Just working a few kinks out.
Uh-huh.
So I think that'll be the next match, and then I think it'll be like, right, what do we do now? So there's going to be a tournament to find out the number one contender for CN. We know that Trent Seven's already in the tournament because he won a battle royale on the house show,
Good
which
for
I
Trent.
love. When they do that,
Friend of the show.
friend of the show, Trent. I love it when they do that. Like, it makes the house shows important.
Mm-hmm.
But it's nice. Like,
Who's in the tournament?
I saw the graphic, but it was really quick, and I didn't write it down. There's Lars, Cassius, Alistair Black, Velveteen Dream, Adam Cole. Basically everybody who's half decent on the roster, isn't it?
I want Adam Cole.
Who's knocking Lars Sullivan out of that then?
I'm calling shenanigans.
Calling shenanigans on that one. It's the only way you can knock him out, really, isn't it?
He'll get a shenanigans. I think it's a little bit early for Cole. I think he'll get somebody like...
Plus, that would be a heel-on-heel final, and you don't want that.
no, I think it's too early. That's what's interesting about this tournament. I personally think it's too early for Black, and I think it's too early for Sullivan, and I think it's too early for Cole.
So you are now leaving
Velveteen
us.
Dream's just
Yeah,
starting off.
you're
I
leaving
don't
with
think...
Cassius Ohno.
I think Velveteen Dream, because I don't think it's going to hurt him to lose. I think it would elevate him just getting a championship match.
What about Cassius?
Cassius just can't happen.
He just had his chance, though, against...
Lars.
Yeah.
But is Lars not a little bit of a... Like... He's like side, like people are going to get beaten up him because he's a monster.
Who's going to put him out, though? Shenanigans... Adam Cole with shenanigans from...
Adam Cole's going to do shenanigans on Sullivan because he doesn't want to
Yeah.
wrestle him.
That's how we're getting rid of him.
And then could you have Lars versus O'Reilly and Fish as like taking him out sort of thing?
I
But
think he might get drawn like.
But then as Lars isn't a face, is he?
He could be though.
But not this quickly.
Nah.
Anyway, what I'm saying is this tournament's interesting because I genuinely don't know. I think NXT do that so well. Like, I never in my wildest dreams thought Cien would be champion.
No.
But it's like it's so good how they've done it.
I'd like to see Alistair Black, and out of all of them, you're saying it's too soon for. He's been there the longest, so it would be
Cien short reign or long reign.
I think he's been in NXT for quite a while now. I think maybe he's due
Short reign enough.
short reign, then up, right?
Because
But then I don't think-
they've hit the nail on the head with her.
I don't think anyone will go up now until after WrestleMania, so he might have a bit
Couple
of
of
like a
matches.
couple of months and then up after WrestleMania, maybe. Maybe he'll keep it till WrestleMania, and maybe they'll send him up after that. It'll give them a chance to build somebody else up, you know what I mean, for taking the offer.
I don't know how long
They can't
McIntyre's
just put-
out either.
They can't just put Adam Cole back in. Like they can't just do that because it's not going to work heel on heel. So
Oh, I tell you who will win the tournament. Roddy. Roddy's
Roddy.
in it. Roddy's in it.
possibly. What about Gargano?
Not in it.
Not in it.
No.
What?
What?
There was a thing like Gargano's not in the tournament.
Why? Oh, because he's doing the sad,
he's being
sad
pap.
story.
Like, they've all had wins recently.
Anyway. How else?
So we're talking about Woken. Bludgeon Brothers debuted.
Yeah, they've been going on a while now, haven't they?
I loved it. I thought it harkened back to like...
Apparently, I got sent home from a tour the other day, though.
Why?
I don't know.
Thinking
Just-
about
just-
probably.
Just saying.
It doesn't seem to have hurt them though. They've beat the Hype Bros and they've had a job squash.
Haven't they destroyed the Hype Bros to the
Yeah.
point of not having Hype Bros anymore?
Yeah, they
Good
fell
job.
out.
Good
Nice.
job.
No. Mojo's a heel now as well, which is
Good for
perfect
him.
because he's a cock end.
So where's Breeze Dango and all this?
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
I was thinking.
How sad.
So fantasy booking at 3 o'clock in the morning when I couldn't sleep. I think Bludgeon Brothers versus Breezango would be perfect. Like, as a, right, we're not just comedy. They could get, like, absolutely killed in the ring as baby faces, keep coming back in a Shawn Michaels-esque, like, crawling up them, and, like, I think it would cement them as, like, actual wrestlers as well as comedy.
Surely Tyler Breeze has got a future as a singles competitor somewhere on the main roster. He's super good.
That's what I'd like to see, though. Them.
I mean, Fandango's been around a while now, hasn't he? Been around a while.
Yeah.
Maybe let Tyler Breeze have a singles run, maybe? I don't know.
I'm keeping Breezango together. They're feuding with the Bludgeon Brothers. It's going to be awesome. But
okay.
It probably won't happen.
I thought they were going to do that as soon as Bludgeon Brothers came. Maybe they thought against that because of the whole joke thing they had going on.
Well, the most recent time we saw Breezango is they did Saw with Ascension.
I didn't see that one.
The Saw with the Ascension. That was quite funny. So yeah, I think if we don't get that serious Breezango feud as baby faces, then they're just going to kind of fade away.
That it?
That's it for me.
That was a very long list.
I'm going to quickly breeze through mine because they're not really that interesting anyway. I don't think there's been that much going on in WWE, like much interest.
We've not spoken for 2 weeks and I'm like, Jason Jordan's whinging here.
That's another one of my thoughts. Jason Jordan's whinging that much that he's actually taking heat off Roman Reigns. Like, people are cheering for Roman when Jason Jordan's in the ring, and some of that could be down to the Shield, but a lot of it's because Jason Jordan's so unlikable.
So haven't they then found the recipe for what to do with Jason Jordan?
What, make him heel?
Attack his dad or something like that?
Surely it's coming, innit?
He keeps whinging at Kurt and like...
He's doing the strappy teenager thing,
like a strappy teenager, so he's going to attack him, isn't he?
Yeah. He's going to kick off soon, and then like someone will have to come down and help him. Kurt. Maybe it's Roman, I don't know.
But those were the things in my head that were interesting. Jason Jordan,
It's been, honestly, it's so, 2 weeks since we've done a podcast and nothing.
Samoa Joe, like, he attacked
Roman IC champion.
Roman's IC champion.
Yeah, it's true. But
took that off the Miz.
Miz is off to do the Marine. It kind of, the thing that one thing I did think was interesting was when the Miz Taraj came out with Elias. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, but then this week Bo and Curtis were by themselves.
So where we're standing on Bala at the minute, because he's not really doing anything.
Did he wrestle this week?
Miz Taraj, wasn't it?
Well,
So
it was who challenged him.
that's the big question of the past couple of weeks: is Finn Balor over? Because apparently he's not over enough to fight Brock Lesnar, and he's put a lot on Twitter about it. Do you think he's just rinsing people?
Do you not think it's just like the company likes to play with social media and they're like, this is all, it's all the work?
Possibly, but that's pretty much all.
Get him over as a face more if the internet wrestling community think that the company don't value him.
Yeah. Well, he gets one of the biggest pops of every wrestling show I watch. But also, I read something the other day. If you were, how he does the demon thing and then he's better, why wouldn't you just be the demon all the time?
Yeah, well, I've said that in the past, haven't I? Put Finn book Finn Balor to be actually good, or just keep him as a demon.
It was Defiant. It was the first Defiant show in Newcastle on Monday. We couldn't go because
Screw being poor.
Yeah.
And at a bar.
And it was at a bar, so you couldn't go.
Screw being poor.
And
was it not the same place it was last time?
No, different place.
Where did they have it?
I was at university when we went, and then
the academy.
So
bigger.
I don't know. Do they let kids in there? I don't know.
The academy.
Aye.
Pass. Kids in for gigs.
Don't know.
Under 14s, I think it is. Over like.
Austin Aries is confirmed to join the roster, so it might be worth going to the next one just to get an.
He actually came out.
Yeah, no.
So
Stu Bennett announced it
because of stupid poorness. I didn't get to see Austin Aries.
So it would be nice to. He'll be back though.
You're probably gonna get Aries Skrill. That'd be cool.
Probably gonna get that, and probably gonna get me photo took with Austin Aries, so that'll be cool as well.
Would you pay?
But of course, you've got to buy a T-shirt
Would
to
you-
do such things.
Yeah,
No?
buy an Austin Aries t-shirt to get a photograph.
What?
I'd buy an Austin Aries t-shirt.
I would buy
to
an
get a
Austin
photograph.
Aries
I'd probably
t-shirt.
want to buy it anyway.
I got a my school T-shirt to get my photo with him.
I would buy an Austin Aries T-shirt to get a photo. Be pretty cool to have a photo of Austin Aries. And my last one is if Brock Lesnar is injured, which he is,
That's why they put the belt on Roman. The IC belt.
why not strip him of the Universal Championship? That is pointless.
Because the
belt's pointless.
they're only stripping mere mortals of the titles.
Like, Asuka got stripped of our women's title. I know that was a bit of a work, but
That was definitely.
how long is Brock going to be out for?
I've not read anything about
So
it.
is the title just going to be off
Not read anything
TV
about
for
it.
as
Well,
long
it
as he
wouldn't
is?
be off TV even if he wasn't injured.
Ooh,
It's true.
it's true.
But that's why they put the IC belt on Roman's got to be, because he's like a top guy with it.
The IC
belt.
Championship's been the top belt on Raw since Brock Lesnar took the Universal Championship from Goldberg. In fact, before that, because Goldberg had it before that, and he wasn't exactly like.
Kevin
Well,
Owens
at
was the
least-
last time, but that was such an entertaining title run. It's just disappointing.
I want to quickly move on to my wrestle poem because I'm worried my phone battery's going to die, and that's another
And
thing.
it's on your phone.
This is another thing about doing it on technology is that you could lose it at any given minute. Can I do it?
Yeah.
Moving on to wrestle poems. Moving on pretty quick so I don't lose it.
Finding it on my phone.
This poem's called Sorry Ladies, It's Not Cool.
Ooh.
10% battery remaining. Sorry ladies, it's not cool for me to have been so cruel. I make out that you can't wrestle. It's quite sexist, I do confessal. Is it wrong to be stuck in the past? In the Attitude Era, a darkness was cast. Female wrestling was sandwich time, and it still is for me, even though they shine. The problem is, I still need food. I happen to be a hungry dude. A little snack is what I need. A baguette, a toasty, those buns with seeds. So sorry ladies, I know it's tough, but I really cannot get enough. Pasties, pizzas, crisps with salt. The divas were rubbish, and that's not my fault.
It's a very nice poem.
That's my apology to women
You should
wrestlers.
start giving women's wrestling matches a chance.
Yeah.
Basically because
What do you mean?
Kyrie.
Yeah, you don't watch them.
Well,
Basically because Kyrie Sane's a women's wrestler. And she's
I'm going to
awesome.
watch a fantastic elbow drop, and I'll report back.
Cool.
I'm going to have to write that down handwritten anyway, because I'm scared of losing it, so it was pointless doing it on my
I
phone.
don't want to lose my poems. Jake, do you want to make up a wrestle poem? No?
No. Pressure.
One sentence. Go. Go.
Brock Lesnar sucks. He's a duck.
Cluck, cluck.
I couldn't give up.
Schmuck. Nice.
Okay,
Jake. That
that
was
was good podcasting. Let's
Mine's-
go.
Sucks.
Mine's called Massive Hard Beardy Man. Bludgeon Brothers bringing the pain. New costumes without a stain. Like a trip down Wyatt memory lane. Men who would like a title reign. Two talented wrestlers let off the chain. I was worried about your careers were down the drain. Ignored by the boss who's only bothered about financial gain. Maintaining such fantastic beards must be a strain. The high bros you have already slain. Your entrance is cool. Excitement I don't have to feign. Bludgeon Brothers bringing the pain.
Nice. Big fan then, eh?
Enjoyed.
Fan enough to make a poem about them already.
They do this thing in the entrance where they're like, the music, they've got like kick-ass like metal music.
Yeah.
And they're like, they come out of either side of the
Uh-huh,
curtain,
I've
so
seen
they're
them
like
put the
walking
hammers
together.
down.
They're walking like together towards each other. They remind us of like Demolition or Legion of Doom or
Do you not think the problem with these gimmicks is they don't really last though, and like they start making a joke of them eventually?
no, because they're normally wrestlers, whereas like Harper's amazing. And
I always
Rowan's
thought
passable.
Harper was cool.
Rowan's passable.
So I'm happy for him. And you think of anyone to put in the Gonzalez Hall of Fame because we haven't.
Mark.
What?
What
You can't
for?
put
For
Mark.
not liking
For not-
Christmas.
Yeah, for not
I
liking
think I've been
Christmas.
in for before for other
Mark's been
reasons.
Mark's been in it for
For drunkenness.
Yeah, Drunk Mark's
Oh,
already
why
in
have
it.
you been it twice?
You can't be in it twice.
No.
I
So
can't
kind
think
of
of
a
anyone
rule.
we've talked about who's rubbish.
Um,
Jake's poem was rubbish. That
let's
could
go
in.
back through. So, putting random teams of people who don't have any history onto the main roster.
So do you want to put Ruby Riott? You want to put Ruby Riott with 2 T's in?
Yeah. Can I put, like, Paige looks different? Has she had plastic surgery? Can I put
She
that
looks
in?
a bit like. Do you remember in Red Dwarf how they done that episode called Crichton when Crichton first came into it?
Yeah.
But he looked different to
It was different, Crichton.
Yeah,
Because he went away and then came back properly.
and he had a bit of a softer face with big bright red lips. That's kind of like
Crichton Page.
Page's Crichton. Put Crichton Page in the Gonzalez.
Oh, right, we'll put Crichton Page. The way Paige's face looks, because like I think she's had surgery. She doesn't look the same, does she?
Crichton Page.
She's like 25 or something. Like, why is she having surgery anyway? Crichton Page.
Bad Crichton.
Page.
Is that it?
Crichton Page. That's all I've got to say.
podcasting.
You know, actually, I've got something else I want to say.
What?
So, WWE Music on YouTube haven't released any new theme songs on YouTube since Baron Corbin's remix theme with the lyrics in. I like to steal the songs off YouTube and put them on my MP3 player to listen to. So I want them to put the newer songs on, like Bludgeon Brothers and that, please.
I wonder
if anyone's going to listen. Oh yeah, and Jim Johnson
Jim
was
Johnson.
released.
I wanted to say Jim Johnson. Hats off to Jim Johnson because he wrote some of the coolest.
I Am a Real American.
He wrote Undertaker, DX,
All of the ones from our childhood
all
with
the
Jim Johnson.
best ones. So
Mind
hats
you,
off
the
to
new
Jim
guys
Johnson.
are pretty. I've liked a lot of their themes.
CFOS.
Okay, dollar
sign.
wank.
Blah blah blah. You got any final thoughts, Jake? No. Scouts will be back next week, so all of Jake's wonderful thoughts that
We'll be
he's
back
not talked
soon.
about will
It's
probably
Scouts Honor.
Scouts Honor.
I think I should be a WrestleFriend.
Dib dib dub dub.
Yeah, it's like a guest appearance now, rather than like. How do you feel about just being a guest and not part of the like
I feel
The
the
full-
management team?
Full lineup.
sad.
Sad. I'm sad about that. Right. If you want to get in touch with us, it's WrestleFriend Podcast at yahoo.com and also Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Ooh,
Um,
and share the podcast with your friends, family, dog, anyone.
Nice plug.
Friend.
Yeah.
Wrestle friends.
WrestleFriends. And if you want to be a WrestleFriend, get in touch. That's all I've got to say about that.
I want to be a WrestleFriend.
That's all, folks. Muddy,
And if and
can I just say
have
muddy jacket?
have a Merry Christmas.
And
This
a
will
Happy
probably
New
go
Year.
out after Christmas.
Yeah, have a Merry Christmas. This will probably be released
Have a Happy New
in
Year.
late January.
Yeah,
So
February.
Yeah.
If it's in February, then happy birthday to me.
yeah, and
Just
happy
saying.
Valentine's Day.
Let's just end, right?
Late has.
Bye.